welcome to another episode of The Brothers Perspective. I'm your host, Kenny Steele. This is my co-host, Brother Kyle. And today we are reviewing Dark Phoenix. And oh boy, this is a bit of a rough go. We're not going to lie. I have been a fan of the X-Men films. I did go into this film optimistic, okay? I went in and I tried to ignore every review I heard. I did watch most of the trailers, so I had an idea what was going on. And on top of that, my first initial reaction when I figured out that they're going to go this route again with this new trilogy, it was a bit of an eye roll. I'm not going to lie, but I was hoping that they would do it better, especially considering the fact that they had Bryan Singer still attached to these movie pieces. And on top of that, this was the initial route Bryan Singer wanted to go with the original trilogy. He opted out to do that Superman movie with Brandon Routh. I can't remember what it's called at the moment. To get back to this film, when they started this new trilogy, I heard that Bryan Singer was attached to it again, and I was really hoping he could put his touch on it and put his vision, even if it did involve a new cast. And of course, Fox, being Fox, messed it up. They hired Simon Kinberg, who I really don't know any other films he has written or directed. But this film is so rough. To be honest with you, I don't think this man should write or direct another film again. Like, at least for another 2 years. Like, he needs to be in, like, Hollywood timeout. Just over there.
You can do straight to DVD movies. Straight to DVD movies.
Now,
that's your lane.
Now, some people will categorize, this film as either being awful or bad. I know Kyle for sure does. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of over, branching my co-host. Kyle, tell me how you felt about the movie.
With movies like this, they have bad ratings, and sometimes you go into these movies when you have low expectations, you're like, it wasn't as bad as what people were saying.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to do.
And that happens a lot of times with me, especially like I know the movie's bad, but it wasn't as bad as what people were making it out to be.
Exactly.
This is not the case. This movie is terrible. It is terrible. I didn't think my expectations could get any lower, but they did. It was bad. It was bad.
I wouldn't go that low.
It was pretty low, man.
But it did drop by my expectations.
Bro, my expectations are low. Like right now.
Yeah. It's I want to be clear, this is no fault due to the cast. James McAvoy, Nicholas Hoult, we all know how I rave about him. Michael Fassbender, Ty Sheridan, who's a young up and coming talent. It's due to none of the faults of their own. This film was really badly written, like I said before, and even directed worse. These character motivations didn't make any sense. There are things that really didn't sync up with this timeline that has been following these characters for so long. We've been following James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender, Nicholas Hoult, and Jennifer Lawrence since X-Men First Class, which we all agree was a good film.
I like it.
And you just see these characters' motivations don't even match up with the last several films that they did. It just didn't make any sense. A lot of times characters will jump to extremes that didn't make any sense. Dialogue was really ridiculous. I
would say for me, after Days of Future Past, everything don't make sense. Age of Apocalypse is pretty bad. It's been going downhill, and I think we got to the bottom with this movie.
This is truly one of the low points of this franchise, and it's sad to say because it is an end of an era. And I, for one, really had faith in this talent. This cast. I'm sorry, and they just, it's not that they failed to deliver. We just couldn't follow this movie. The villain is Jesus Christ, the blandest thing you've ever seen in your life, like pretty much bland. And it was.
We don't even know what the villain is
or who they are for that matter. That's how bad it is. This film went through a ton of rewrites, went through reshoots. Even by the third act, it feels like a completely different movie. It starts to be, everything's like dull to the finish, and it's like a huge action set piece, which was, which most films do. But to be fair, this one was just off. And due to rewrites, there was even rumors that I think Fox were trying to use the scroll and they end up finding out that their script was way too similar to Captain Marvel. You know, they're supposed to be more cosmic, and they were supposed to, have more things with the Phoenix Force, and they're supposed to be explained. They don't explain anything. They just do, and it's character motivations based off God knows what. And it's just, it just doesn't make sense. Everything's rushed. People don't make, dialogue doesn't make any sense. People jump to conclusions and go into extremes. It just, it was a rough one.
Yeah, it was definitely a hard pill to swallow. But the good thing is, Disney's taking over, you know what I'm saying? So, new cast, new everything, like, hopefully.
I don't know. You know what? And I would say this. I think the cast that they have is actually pretty good. Because we saw that, of course, with Days of Future Past and other films. But I do really hope that whoever takes this helm really gives these characters their motivations. It's really terrible when a studio does not know its own characters' arcs or motivations. It sucks when they're completely different from the comics. Not to even really go into spoiler territory, but there's some things with Professor X that just doesn't make sense, and it doesn't match the characteristics of the character for at least this, not even from the comics, but the last several films. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, if this movie was called anything else but Dark Phoenix, well, not even give you that. If it wasn't even attached as an X-Men film, it would probably be an okay, confusing movie. But because it's attached to this legacy, to this era, to these films that we've been watching for the past 20 years, nearly, it's just, it's sad to kind of just see this ship sinking.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and give you our ratings, and Kyle, go ahead and give it to him, man. Let him know what you think.
Can I pick a negative? I mean, for real,
it's your show, man. Do you, bro? Do you?
Man, I'm playing. I don't want to do the actors like that. I give y'all one just for effort. You know what I'm saying? But man, I'm glad to see. I just want a whole new. I just want to wipe the slate clean, see something new going forward. That's all I want.
I would probably give it a 1.5 out of 5, and that's just due to the actors having such a tough job, and still to a degree trying to give this movie some type of a performance, trying to make this movie somewhat entertaining. Just the cast and the crew alone, shout out to you. But that director, writer, hey, get him out of here. He needs to be in Hollywood purgatory, at least for a little bit. It just, you know what I'm saying, just to marinate on just how awful that was. If you're gonna write and direct, do them separately. At this point, Simon Kinberg, dude, you're in timeout completely. and it's really sad because this is one of the last movies. We don't know if New Mutants is gonna come out. We don't even know what's really going to happen with that film. So this is kind of just a bad swan dive. And Simon Kinberg, no, dude. You're in purgatory right now.
Like I said, straight to DVD films, man. That's your lane. That's your lane.
So let us know what you think in the comments. Type down below. Let us know if you agree with our scores. Let us know if you disagree. Let us know if it should have got a negative. We don't really know.
But you know what? We've been having an argument. Let us know what's worse. X-Men Wolverine Origins or X-Men Dark Phoenix? I say Dark Phoenix.
You know what? I'll even do you one better. What's the worst movie that in the X-Men franchise, period? What's your best and your worst? Let us know in the comments. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at KenDogDMFT and on Facebook at Kenny Steele. And if you want to follow Brother Kyle, he'll explain it to you.
It's the page, man. We keep on going through this. But it's bros _ perspective at Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we got brothers _ perspective _ on Instagram and brothers perspective Facebook.
Yep. And please give us a like, share, and subscribe. And always remember, be cool, be kind, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Peace.